After a good night's rest at Mazeppa Bay Hotel, we were off to the island. After 2 days of very strong southwester, the sea was on its head, and this would be our best option, is to maybe go look for some edible fish.
Hi guys, as you can see behind me, the sea is on its head. 2 days of solid 60 kilometers an hour southwest. That's a 3.5-4 meter swell currently, and not many options. We went to Salt Rock yesterday, same story. We fished on the side for cob. Boiling pot's totally out in this swell, so it leaves us with an island. This side of the island, maybe scratching for some edibles. If it clears up a bit, we can pop for some garrick. We'll look for a cracker, or maybe see what edibles and scratching fish we can find here in the rocks. Still very nice. There on the island where we normally fish, you can see the waves are coming over the front there. So you're not even going to stand here. There's some guys from Telkom, Sunilulu, with a kite. They're going to give it a shot, but you can see they're standing here on the top of the island, the pinnacle really of the island, to get the baits out and try and get them through those waves. So yeah, that's really tough. No shark fishing today. Not only is it difficult to get a bait out and keep it out, but to fetch your fish will be quite dangerous unless you bring it this side or maybe to the beaches. It's going to be quite tough for them if they do hook a shark. But we opted to look for some edible fish, and we'll see what we can find. Maybe a cob or two on sardine or choker. Maybe some mussel cracker. We're going to give it a good shot. On the side here is Tiny's rock. The spinning rock is underwater, so you won't go there. And then the Gilbert's rock in the beginning there, I'm not really interested in fishing. And then the rock next to Tiny's could be an option, but Tiny's is currently looking the best. Sometimes just a lot of lines there. The guys do all the drop shot fishing there, and they break off. The drop shot obviously gets stuck quite a bit here off the rock, and sometimes the lines can bug you, but we'll see what we can get right and see if we can get some fish. And keep an eye on these guys with the kite. Could be interesting and quite amusing. Okay, now guys, look at this. This is exactly what really irritates me and so many people in South Africa. Is if guys come to the rocks, they fish, in this case come and drink, and they leave their stuff for other people to clean. I think it's the audacity to think people have to clean after you is just ridiculous. So just a word to all the anglers out there, and even people using facilities like the Brixhouse beaches, get up your game a little without being funny and clean after yourself, really.
The island's always very diverse in the variety of species you can target, and also the different conditions you can fish it in. It would not be advisable to fish for big non-edibles today, as it can become quite tricky to land them and put the gillies or Andrew in danger.
Okay guys, I've opted to just start off with a paddle tail, just till the sea settles a bit. It's on high now, and obviously it's better when you fish paddle tails and drop shot. The low tide is normally better and produces more cob, but we're going to give it a shot quickly because it's washing quite a bit, and we'll start with some bait fishing just now. But first I'm throwing one of the Pro Rex, the new Daiwa Pro Rex plastics, and I've adapted to a darker color purely because the water is slightly off color. Your dark works better. The vibration is ultimately what the fish follows and hits. So I'm just going to measure it where the hook comes out, keep a little mark, and then push it from the front. Try and get it as straight as possible, obviously. Helps it swimming better, as we do in bass. And this is the Daiwa jig heads, well, the Kingfisher jig heads. Fits nicely on there. There you are. That tail just does everything. That's why the cob hits us. And with that, I'm fishing the Daiwa BG, the new rods. This is the 10'6", heavy spin, and then you get an extra heavy spin. You also get the 11'6" and a heavy spin and an extra heavy spin. I matched that with the Saltwater 4000. Also the BG 4000 will be perfect for this outfit. On that I've got 20-pound Daiwa J-braid, and I'm using a Siglin fluorocarbon. I'm using the 0.66 here by the rocks. The water is dirty. I normally use 0.55, but the 0.66 will be 100%. But always keep in mind you might be hooking one of those bigger cob, and that will just assist in landing it.
I opted to start with some paddle tails, looking for a lost cob after the night in the rough water. As the water settled, we switched to fishing for garrick on popper. There wasn't any chasers or action on the garrick for at least the first hour and a half. 2 lost garrick moved in, and 2 of the anglers were lucky enough to get stuck on them.
Taking this garrick in the side. We've been fishing all morning with spoon, with popper, trying everything. This is going on to the last popper, yellow one. It's caught right in the end on a good pull. Been brilliant here at Mazeppa Bay, out here on the rocks. Great people, great friends to help pulling the fish in. My first garrick in quite a long time, I must say. So excited, absolutely brilliant. Working on 30-pound braid, and leader also 30 on the tide end. Been a great fight. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Good pull out there. Been raining all morning. Got wet, got dry, got wet again. But if you hang in out there, you're going to catch fish.
Hi, I'm Ashio Tunara. I just caught this beautiful garrick at Mazeppa Bay off the island.
Well done to Mark and Ashil. After a hard morning's fishing, it paid off. 2 good-sized garrick on popper. I switched over to bait fishing just in front of Tiny's, looking maybe for one of those mussel cracker that's been around. This rough water is their home.
The guys all fishing red bait and some crabs. The right fish. Nice fight on this tackle. You always hope you're hooking a slightly smaller one so you can land it and stand a chance. Lovely little fight is this.
Now this was fantastic fun on the new Daiwa BG rods. The light tackle, fishing for brusher. And the size of the first brusher was just right to handle them nicely on this gear.
Crush my fingers if I stick it. Nice little cracker. We'll allow it to go dry.
Using a pool of water is advisable to sometimes revive the fish before releasing it. The brusher are real powerhouse fighters, and you have to hold them as hard as what you can not to get cut off on the rocks. They will head straight for the rocks to cut you off.
They're lovely on light tackle, they're awesome. That was on the BG 11'6", the heavy spin. You get an extra heavy spin as well. And the Saltwater 5000. My favorite edible setup at this stage.
That was earlier, so I kept some in the pool because the garrick are going quiet in the plant now. When a tree if I can get them to love bait, we can nice little size of black down. So I'm just gonna put 2 hooks, just maybe see if I can able to throw and get him in a distance. See if we can catch the big one.
There's not a lot of saddlebacks around for bait on the island. Red bait and crab is commonly used to target the mussel crackers. The next one was a much better size and quite the challenge on this gear. The Daiwa BG rod handled very well and I managed to not let him take a meter of line.
The BG rod, this is the 11'6" with a nice brusher. The Mustard Hoodlum, the right hook for them, a little fiber. There we go, little fiber.
What a memorable catch on this light tackle. Brusher, definitely a worthy opponent. It shows you the diversity of fish around even in some bad seas. The popular species around is normally Galjoen, bronze bream, brusher, cob and the garrick.
Alright guys, good start for the trip. A nice little cob. I reckon about 2.5–3 kilos. Oh, and then I'm hooking our cameraman. On drop shot on the new ProRex, Daiwa ProRex. It was my third or fourth cast, Andrew.
Yes.
And a nice little size cob we got on the drop shot. I'm gonna look for a pool so we can film it in the light and show you guys the beautiful colors.
And this short period of time we